Ladies and gentlemen, get it up for Joyce.
I think we're all a little more educated. I feel as though Josh has pulled back the veil to his inner self, and we're all thinking we wish he'd left it there. Go on, one more time with Josh, ladies and gentlemen. Right. Now this is the point of the evening. Usually, where if it's a normal night, I ask if we have any Trump supporters or Tories or sort of Telegraph readers or anything in the room, and I say, well, this is your chance to fuck off if you want, because if you stay, it's on you now, bitches. But I don't need to tonight because it's political comedy night. So. Our next act, this is one of my favourite acts. He is the ranting, raving, fabulous Stevie, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, everyone excited? Yeah. 43 days till Brexit get in and we crash out the EU like a footballer in a Cessna. 40 years of fucking moaning about the EU, 6 months of campaigning, 2 years of negotiations, and it's come down to deal or no deal. Except unlike the TV show, every box just has a steaming great shit in it. Terrible Theresa is looking increasingly like the wife of a backbench MP, trying to convince a jury that the dead prostitute found at the foot of their stairs in their Surrey home was actually the cleaner who tripped over the Dyson. Jeremy Corbyn's taking some time off from his allotment, where he's building a scale model of Auschwitz. To present his own Brexit plan, which is basically staying in the EU at the same time as we leave the EU. A bit of Schrodinger's Brexit there. Basically, Jeremy's got 5 Brexit points, but they're the same as the fucking Tories' Brexit points, basically. They're just written in Comic Sans and was presented in a Karl Marx binder. But of course, in his heart of hearts, Jeremy actually wants to leave the fucking EU, doesn't he? Because he thinks he can use this opportunity to seize the country and turn it into a socialist utopia. Which is going to be a bit difficult when the pound's worth 25 fucking pence and the only banks investing in us are food banks. Go to hell. When Donald Tusk told the Brexiteers to go to hell, 25 other nations went, yeah, I'm glad someone fucking said that. And then 2/3 of the rest of the world said, yeah, when they were staying with us, they just built a railway line and took all our fucking stuff away. Empire, that's come up a bit lately, hasn't it? Because the Tories have been going on about Empire 2.0, which is as tasteless as Harvey Weinstein climbing his fat ass back on the casting couch and starting the hashtag #YouNext. Empire. Everyone had a fucking empire. The French, the Germans, the Belgians, the Dutch, the Spanish, even the fucking Portuguese had an empire. They just don't bang on about it all the time. Just like you don't bang on about beating up your ex-wife. Alright, our empire was 2/3 of the fucking world. And do you know what put an end to it? Arguing with the fucking Germans. Will we ever fucking learn? We're like the drunk bloke who punches the host at a posh party, isn't it? And now we're staggering around the car park with an angry wife who didn't want to be here in the first place. And the only bloke who'll give us a lift home is a thick orange bloke, came dressed as Hitler. And it wasn't a fucking fancy dress party. Trump's planning another visit later on in the day, which shows a massive amount of optimism that the country won't have descended into some kind of fucking Hunger Games by then. But he's only coming over to pick up the keys for the fucking NHS, isn't he? go to fucking hell. I'll tell you what, some people have said the hell reserved for Brexiteers in Dante's Inferno is actually a part of the 8th circle of hell, which is reserved for panderers and seducers who employ the passions of others to get their own way. But I think hell for Brexiteers is a post-Brexit sink estate where Boris Johnson is spit roasted like a fucking kebab to feed the homeless. Now that would be hell, wouldn't it? For the fucking homeless. Of course, hell for Jacob Rees-Mogg would be being trapped on the 16th floor of a council block with an obese, illiterate wife who watches EastEnders all fucking day, and his 6th child is the colour of a Twix. But I don't know for sure if that's in Dante's Inferno, because I don't speak fucking Latin. Mogg speaks Latin like a haunted Lord Snooty doll. And he used his fucking radio show to cuss Donald Tusk. He said, his new Thomas Aquinas. Have a fucking look at yourself, mate, you know. I'm no fucking fan of the Eurocrat neoliberal cunts, but let's be fucking realistic here. When Donald Tusk was a teenager, he was fighting to overthrow the communists in his fucking country of Poland, while Jacob Rees-Mogg was learning about 12th century religious philosophers in the bath with his fucking nanny. Boris Johnson, he's another cunt, isn't he? While Donald Tusk formed his own political party, became Prime Minister of Poland, and went on to become the President of the EU Council, Boris Johnson was writing funny stories in a sort of comic, had some bikes named after him, and shrink-wrapped a bus with fucking lies. See, that's the trouble. We don't have any fucking statesmen, do we? You look at Donald Tusk, he looks like a fucking corporate game show host, and he behaves like a slippery football club manager, doesn't he? Whereas Bozo the Clown behaves like Roy Chubby Brown and looks like a Wookiee with Downs. Fucking hell, we've spent 20 years telling the EU they're cunts. I'm surprised not one of them has just got up out of their chair, walked across the fucking parliament and punched Farage in the face. But that's why there's going to be no extension to Article 50, because of the upcoming EU elections. The rest of the member states would rather Britain crashed out with no deal and the entire continent was flung back to the Dark Ages than spend another fucking minute looking at that frog-faced, faux-fascist cunt Farage strutting around like a Poundland Mussolini. He started his own fucking party again, isn't it? The Brexit Party. In case he doesn't get the Brexit he wants, which is for the UK to leave the European tectonic plate. Because when Farage says out, he means out, out. Unless you're talking about his pension, his kids or his wife. What the fucking hell is wrong with these people? What is wrong with this country? Voting for UKIP because you don't like the Labour Party or the Tory Party is like drinking piss because you don't like Pepsi or Coke. What has gone wrong with this country? People are cheering that this will be the start of the breakup of the EU, which is like seeing your neighbour's kids getting taken into care and starting a street fucking party. Fucking hell. But it's all gone fucking mad, hasn't it? Gavin Williamson, the Defence Secretary, is in charge of our fucking army. He gave a keynote speech the other day, which should be frightening. But the fact that Gavin Williamson looks like a cross between Frank Spencer from Some Mothers Do Have Them and Private Pike from fucking Dad's Army, stupid boy. He said that we should be increasing the mass and lethality of our armed forces. And I'm assuming he's relaxing the recruitment laws and starting to recruit obese type 2 diabetics. On top of that, he said we're going to deploy our only aircraft carrier to the South China Sea to frighten the Chinese, which is like sending Michael Gove round to frighten Tyson Fury. Fucking Chinese must be pissing themselves, isn't it? They own all our power stations and half our takeaways already. I reckon that fucking aircraft carrier would be better off stationed in the Channel, wouldn't it? Ready to airlift the Queen out come Brexit again and we start eating our pets. In the same speech, Gavin Williamson, with a fucking straight face, said he wants England to be the nation that people turn to when they want leadership. She's like turning to Rolf Harris when you need a fucking babysitter. It's fucked up, isn't it? Even the Tories' mates are abandoning them. Barclays Bank has said we're moving millions of pounds of our clients' money to Ireland. It's all right. It's a normal business move. It's like the captain of the Titanic saying, I'm just going to sit in these lifeboats for a bit, just make sure they're working all right. The head of the UK Retail Consortium, they sort of represent all of the big retailers, Sainsbury's and Tesco's and that. They wrote a letter to the government saying, you know, we've got serious concerns about a no-deal Brexit. The Brexiteers go, Project Fear, Project Fear. But Tim Martin, the fucking pub landlord, stands up and says, I think the EU are just taking our money, and everyone cheers and raises a glass that was washed by a minimum wage Lithuanian fucking barman, isn't it, eh? God, Tim Martin, the head of Wetherspoons, have you seen him? He looks like Shrek shagged Jeremy Clarkson, isn't it? And now they're fucking babies. Of course, he wants the hardest of fucking hard Brexits, isn't it? Because he wants a constant supply of poor, depressed people to buy his out-of-date booze and food. The fucking I'll tell you what though, I'm no expert on geopolitical economics, trust me. But I will make one prediction about the 29th of March. The sky will not fall in. And that is because the sky is governed by the beautiful laws of celestial physics and not a fucking bunch of self-serving cunts from Eton. Cheers.